Oh, hello. Good evening, everybody. So look, I'm a bit late with this podcast. It was just last week. I was doing all my exams, but we're here now and we're really happy. And recently, I'll tell you first of all about my date. Today I learned that Molly Bibby Brown, Millie Bolly Brown, has the same birthday as me, which is entirely useless piece of information. And she keeps getting texted by Drake and Drake keeps texting Molly Bolly Brown and being really friendly, and everyone's like, Drake, she's 15. This is a strange course of action. But she says that he's so nice that it doesn't matter. But hopefully she's okay. And then Drake started doing it to another young lady called Billie Eilish, and yeah, it's strange because he keeps texting all these young ladies, and I don't see how, even after all this Epstein thing, all the time we've seen this paedophilia in entertainment, and yeah, we just watch it happen. Oh dear. Some really exciting news this week. On the weekend, me and Narlin finished our first sketch, pretty much, very close. So that'll be coming out. I'm really excited. It's going to be a grand unveil. We're going to, I think the press conference is next week at the Hanley Picture House. So that's obviously great news. I'm really taking my first steps to being a full-time comedian. In fact, I am a full-time comedian. I just haven't earned any money from it yet. But it's really cool. It's really exciting, and the world is out there for me. You know, the world's out there for me. Also, people keep dying. Now, even when people, for example, Juice WRLD, a lovely little rapper over there, started singing and started doing his singing, and now he's died after doing his singing. So he's got fans, but during his fans typing the message on his Instagram post saying how much they loved him and how he was a legend, there were probably about 3 people died. This is not backed up by any maths, who are constrained in concentration camps across parts of China, and during the Middle Eastern War, another 3 people probably died. So, although it is sad Juice WRLD died, it is just very indicative of the extent of the media being able to divert people's attention away from politics. Because what real politics is bombing places to get their oil, and what fake politics is Jeremy Corbyn versus Alex Johnson, and his name actually is Alex Johnson. He just decided to call himself Boris because he was part of the Bullingdon Boys, and I don't know, Boris sounds a bit more thug-like, and of course he was really trying to go back to his roots with that one. God's sake! It's unbelievable, it really is, man. Just in school, we're gonna do a general election, and we're all gonna show that we are interested in politics, and we're gonna try and get the youth involved. And although this is beneficial, I think that young people learn that their decisions matter, and that if they have an opinion, it is their right to express it, whether it be through politics, whether it be through performance, whether it be through I guess performance is a very broad term, but maybe in general conversation too. It doesn't always have to be public. Sometimes it's nice just to have your own opinion and maybe bounce it off a couple close friends. But yeah, so we did the election, and I don't know, I just find it a bit sad, really, because no matter who we pick now, by 8 years or by 20 years, it won't really matter, and the other people would have got back in. No matter which side you're on, the other people are going to be back in. And it just cancels out to 0. In the meantime, in the background, you have the corporations being dodgy, fucking people up, not paying their taxes. Meanwhile, there's a dolphin swimming about, and inside its little air hole, it's got some kind of disused Tic Tac packet. And it's just not gonna help if we give people the chance to vote, because whoever it is just gonna keep on whichever party is involved is just gonna keep on doing. I don't know. I just don't get it. My view, which is an opinion, and it's opinion based of something, and I haven't really watched into politics that much, but when a politician solves an issue, I feel like the issue that they solve is the issue that it poses to them. For example, if a politician is told about the issues of poverty or are given statistics, then they will do something until people stop telling them about poverty. Poverty will still be going on, and maybe it will be even worse in some places. But if it's not brought to their attention, in their opinion, there is no issue there. But of course, this logic is completely ruined by the idea that that is our job then to inform these politicians. But I just don't feel like if the government really did want to solve these issues, we could. For example, if the government if everyone in government paid taxes, if all corporations pay taxes, we could, parts of Africa could be let's pick a country. I don't like saying parts of Africa. Ethiopia, a country, I think East Africa's been in civil war recently. That could be entirely wrong. And these places could be regenerated and had money put into them. But of course, the corporations, the people behind the government, wouldn't benefit from that. In fact, the labour, or maybe the diamond digging up, which happens in those countries, which are owned by the corporations, would then have to pay more money to these workers, so they don't benefit. And I think that's the reality of it, which is why it makes me a bit sad to see. Well, it doesn't make me sad. It's why I feel whoever's face you see when you type Prime Minister into Google, that's why I don't think that picture really matters. Because no matter what, corporations will still be attempting to own everything. Anyway, why don't we move on to something more entertaining. Paul Foot, very funny man. There was a banana that had been stuck up in a gallery. And we're not talking about, a young man getting excited at one of the pieces of art. We're talking about an actual banana which is considered artwork, and it was sticky taped up against the wall, and someone ate it. Some performance artist, he calls himself. More importantly, I don't really consider that performance art. I mean, I eat bananas. You've just done it. You've just done something everyone does, but in an important place. It's like having a piss at the White House. You're still just if you exclude your environment, all you're doing is having a piss. But it seems kind of snazzy. Anyway, so then he was all excited, and then they replaced the banana because the artist had done some little trick where it meant that you could replace the banana. So he earned his hundreds of grand from this piece of art. Cool. Hundreds of pounds for a decaying piece of biomatter. 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 What's the biomatter? That's what you say when you're asking someone called Matter about their bio. All sorts of reasons. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, another little exciting little piece of information. So Canadian comedian, which I understand is part of America, but not from the United States. Canadian comedian Norm Macdonald was saying how he thinks that comedy is not an art form, and that comedy is a craft, is the keyword he used. And I know other comedians who are quite high up, or quite successful, consider it a craft. And it's quite interesting because his reasoning was that in comedy, what you're doing is you're trying to get a particular reaction from the audience at a particular time. Whereas in art, it's up for interpretation. Therefore, There is no specific reaction you're trying to release. Release? Don't know if that's the right word. But if you've got a sad artist, for example, and an artist who... I've just been embarrassed myself by prescribing an emotion to a piece of art, which is the opposite of what I was going against. If you have an artist who's maybe used more dark blues and more... maybe they've got a person crying, then it's still up for interpretation. Whereas if you have a comedian who busts joke and then people go... then they're successful because he's got what they wanted, which is in normal McDonald's opinion what makes it a craft instead of an art form. Oh man, I don't know, it's kind of depressing at the moment. Why is it always dark? December, it's just constantly dark, and I don't want it to be constantly dark. For God's sake, gotta be kidding me, man. All I want to do is run around, go for walks, and smile at people in the sun, but I can't. I'm in school all day, I'm doing work I don't really care about. I'm doing stuff with capacitors to see how slowly they discharge, to show that it's an exponential, which then I change to a graph by using the natural log and make it a straight line. I mean, I'm really just not feeling it these months. It's gonna be Christmas, I've got to buy people presents because I'm nearly 18. People are going to buy me presents, and they're not going to be that great because they don't really know what to buy me, because I don't really like many things other than stand-up comedy. And you can't really buy a kid a laugh, can you? So all I really want is a book and a hat. I got 2 hats last year, so I made a net profit of half of what I previously had. But family, I need to look at the mic more. Not look at the mic more, yeah, it's fucking stupid. I need to put my face nearer to it more often, so then we can hear the blues. I really like blues, blues. But not talking colour, we're talking about songs. There's B.B. Coleman. No. B.B. King? No, there's B.B. King and B.B. Coleman. Is it B.B. Coleman? I think it's B.B. Coleman. He sings. And he plays guitar like... And it's all really, really cool and really nice. Oh dear, I've got 3 more. I need to get better at this. Obviously, this is what I'm doing it for. I'm trying to be the best I can at doing this, but it's just kind of difficult. It's not that easy to be funny. I think I need to cheer up. But oh dear, 1 more week. So all my friends are having their Oxford interviews this week, which is really exciting. Narlin's gone, Ishmael's gone, Nico's gone, Agat's gone, Jack Arrears is on Wednesday. All my friends are doing it, man. It's so exciting. I'm so proud of them. They all work so fucking hard. They all come from backgrounds which don't get into Cambridge, and they just gone and done it. And I'm just so... Actually, Francesca has, but that's fine because she still worked really hard and she's still really sweet. And they've done it, and it's so uplifting because they deserve it. And I think when people deserve things, that's when it's most exciting. My mum's phone keeps going, but I'm not going to answer it because, like, it's her phone, and last thing I want is to have a chat with a midwife awkwardly for 15 seconds explaining to my mum that she's gone swimming and that she'll be back soon. Yeah, I'll leave it. Like, also, I've got another minute and a half of my podcast. I should have done one of my little quips. I've been drawing pictures before bed to cheer me up. Here's to a quip. Yeah, I'm not trying to change the world. Rocks are heavy. Because obviously you think I'm saying change the world in terms of like a social context, but maybe I'm talking about geographically, or geologically, rocks. Geologist. I'm a geologist doing geological work. I'm working as a geologist on geological sites of geology. Geology is when there's gangsters and you ask them why they're so gangster. They say, oh, it's a bit of geology. Geology. God, I'm so fucking funny. What am I doing, man? For God's sake. Gonna be here all day. This is what I want to do when I'm older and I'm utter shit. Oh, man. Oh, dear. Well, I just want to have some Burger King, really. That's all I really care about. Some Burger King. Goodbye, everyone. I love you all, and you know it. Oh dear. Kiss, kiss. Shouldn't have done that. Bye. Bye bye.